Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. While most of my constituents may have liked the peace of lockdown without planes coming into Heathrow over our heads every minute, we know that our leading national airports should be moving towards full operation at some point. But the big question is when? Apparently between 2 and 5 years away before aviation is back to its pre-COVID levels. What will the cost, meanwhile, have been to many of them during this time, and when will the government respond appropriately? Hounslow Council's research found the aviation sector and the wider supply chain contribute to over 20,000 jobs locally, support many small and medium-sized businesses across our borough. 8,000 jobs in Hounslow have been lost in 2020, and the number of my constituents claiming universal credit has skyrocketed. People have told me of the personal cost to them, those losing their jobs in roles such as airline catering, those working for British Airways, Heathrow Airport and Mitre, and other companies who face being fired and rehired. The government has provided no sector-specific support for the UK aviation industry, unlike France, Germany and Austria, where they're protecting jobs while imposing strong environmental conditions to help reach net zero. And instead of a strategy and sector-specific support, the UK government flip-flops over international travel. In addition to the points made so well in this debate so far, I want to add the delay in enabling testing at our airports. Heathrow provided the space and services for testing departing and arriving passengers last summer, yet the government dragged their feet on utilising them. The delay in adding India to the red list, and further delay in setting up an arrival terminal for red list country arrivals. And passengers and staff exposed to COVID infection in overcrowded arrival halls for hours on end, thanks to Border Force being incapable of fully staffing the immigration desks, despite passenger levels being way below the norm. North West London public health directors have been raising concerns about the infection risks to travellers and staff at quarantine hotels. And investigating this, they found that staff working for different government departments and agencies weren't talking to each other, let alone the local authorities. Going forward, the government must listen to local leaders, such as Hounslow Council's leader, Steve Curran, who's calling for an aviation communities fund to support those communities so badly affected, with support for businesses and for workers on reskilling and skill leak, and on environmental opportunities using those high-level skills we have in the aviation sector. And to put environment at the heart of our response. Aviation contributes 8% to our emissions total here in the UK, and it's rising. So, Madam Deputy Speaker, those travelling, those wanting to travel and those working in the sector have been let down constantly over the past year by the government, and frankly, they deserve so much better. I hope the government listens to them.